All right, we talk some more. You know what? I like this. It's old team, new season. I shouldn't say old. We've got to come up. How about wise? Wise team, new season. They added Al Horford. Kuminga's still there. It's all of that. They're going to start 4 guys that are 35 or older on opening night. That's a historic moment, Lou. What do we expect from this Warriors team?
It's going to be tough, but I'm curious to see how they navigate through these waters with having all of these older guys. You know, you add Al Horford, and obviously he's decorated. He's a champion. He's going to be that stretch 4 or 5 that they need and how they like to play. But Steph Curry, 37. Butler, 36, Draymond, 35, Al Horford, 39. Like, this league is getting younger and younger. Remember last year, around this time of year, we were talking about the changing of the guard.
Sure.
So this looks scary for the Golden State Warriors. But again, you got some accomplished guys, and you got guys that can go out there and compete at the high level. My only concern is the obvious, is going to be the age. So yeah. I'm just curious to see how they navigate it.
When you have a team this old, health is the major issue. So when you sign an Al Horford, 39 years old, if he's going to be like that missing piece, he better be really healthy and he better play a lot of games.
But we see great things out of Al Horford when we...
No, 100%. I love Al Horford. He's a Gator legend. I love him. I'm just saying, that's the piece to put you over the top for a championship this year? Like, I don't know if that's that, but, like, no doubt they are built right now to win. They are trying to maximize this end of Steph Curry career and era with Draymond, and they're going to have a lot of experience, which is a good thing for their age. But they also have some youth. They have Kuminga back. They have Paz. They have Moody. So they have great guards. Buddy Hield. So they did surround. They check all the boxes with shooting. They're great. They're well coached. They defend. It's just, can they stay healthy when they have 6, 7 guys in their 30s?
That's my thing. Just what is the style of play?
What is it?
Like what does this team look like now at this stage in their careers? You know, we're accustomed to seeing them playing fast, getting a lot of threes up, being a transition basketball team. But then last year you add Jimmy Butler. You had to slow down a little bit for him to be effective and be the guy that you need him to be, so he can post up, so he can draw fouls, play in the mid-range. Now you add Al Horford, who's another guy that somebody's gonna have to set the table for Al. You know, he's gonna be that spot-up shooter. And like you said, Kuminga, this is gonna be a big year for him. He just got paid. I think he'll be a focal point of this group and all of the other young guys. Buddy Hield is obviously one of the best shooters in the league. But I'm just curious to know, what does it look like for the style of play moving forward?
I think it puts that much more pressure on the younger guys. And it's kind of baffling to me why, you would have the type of summer you had when it came to signing your young talent in Kuminga. Going into a season like this with this many veterans on the roster, obviously, these guys aren't playing every game this season, so you're going to lean on your youth. So you want to have those guys, you want to have their confidence super high throughout the season. You want them believing in themselves, and obviously you want them playing at the highest level. So it's confusing to me why you would kind of have an off season like this going into a season, and then on the back end signing guys this late in their career. So
I'm kind of glad.
It's kind of confusing for me.
At least we're on the Kuminga thing. We might as well just stay there for a second, because you're on the record as saying Kerr and young guys, it's not necessarily the best sitch. And Kuminga's also on the record saying that he never thought he would get his full potential going under Steve Kerr. And then he stayed. I mean, he got money, but he stays. So A, are you shocked that Jonathan Kuminga's still there? And B, is there anything that could change as far as you seeing Steve Kerr and young guys developing?
Well, the fact that he stayed, it pretty much shows what the market was for him, in the offseason, so that speaks loudly. But as far as Steve change, I don't think he changes. And it's not necessarily a negative thing. I think he's stuck in what's worked for him and what's helped him win championships. So he's gonna stick to his personal formula. So this is a situation where the young fella's gonna have to, get in line and buy in. So I don't think anything about Steve Kerr's approach or his plans on, trying to win this season are changing.
And Steve Kerr needs him to play well.
I mean,
1,000%. And no matter what was said or done, there's clearly some sort of animosity or trust issue here with this whole dynamic, because you don't go through a free agency like this. You don't kind of be benched and taken fully out of the rotation when you're as talented and as productive as Jonathan Kuminga even was last year, when he was kind of getting buried on the bench, getting DMP coaches' decisions.
Yep.
Something wasn't adding up there. So I do like the deal So, you know, it gives him that two-year runway where he can kind of show that he is for real. He can kind of show the Warriors, I'm ready to take the torch when Steph Curry and Draymond are gone, or play so well the next first month or two of the season and still get traded and get moved and get to a situation that you actually want to be in. Because you saw the reports this summer, he wasn't at the mini camps. He was the only person not there. So that's never a good sign when you see that. And I know the dude, and he's not a bad dude. He's not a bad kid. So I'm with Boogie. I was a little confused about it, but he also, Kerr is a system guy. He's an offensive, you know, movement, remember plays, play without the ball, and that's not necessarily Kuminga's strength. So can he find a way to coexist with Steve Kerr's system? So, TBD.
That's TBD. It is very TBD.
There's also a world where Kuminga is there longer than Kerr if Kerr's not there to sign an extension. He gets out of there. So this could end up being Kuminga's team without Steve Kerr.
Could you even see that?
I could.
We'll see after this.
Two-year deal ain't really giving that, but.
No, but then if Kerr's out, I guarantee you Kuminga gets re-signed back there.
Like I said, it buys them some time. You know, Steve Kerr is going to be a free agent after this season, so it gives you a season to see, hey, is this going to work? Is this a fit that's going to match? We just talked about all these guys' ages. Who's going to be the second coming of all of this greatness that's come out of Golden State? You know, you're going to give Kuminga an opportunity to be that guy. You're going to have to put him in a role to be able to show you that. So I think they've bought some time with how they structure these contracts.
The 2-year deal gives him financial stability, and it gives the team a position to still have him as a trade asset and use him and possibly move him still if it's not working out.
It's such a puzzle to me because I remember when he was rookie year in San Antonio, he came down, he had the long hair, and I was like, oh, this guy's so athletic and awesome. And then this just been such a roller coaster to watch. Like,
he is. He's an absolute freak.
Let's talk Jimmy Butler for a second. Look, I don't know if you guys are at the point where we talk championship level caliber of this team. Jimmy Butler, second best player on a team that would be at that level. Is he? Is Jimmy Butler a good number 2 on a championship squad?
I think Jimmy's a winner. I think he's proven that throughout his career. You know, wherever he's basically gone, he's elevated teams. You know, he gets a full season this year. Another season to understand the system, get better in the system, you know, really, you know, figure out his role and maximize himself in that role. He gets another season, a full season of playing with Steph. He gets to build more chemistry with that. And I think the biggest thing is figuring out how to mesh with Draymond. Obviously, defensively, I think they're great. I think it's, you know, second nature for those two guys. But offensively, you know, figuring out each other, I think that's more so the struggle when it comes to Jimmy.
Look last year how much better this team was with Jimmy Butler than without him. So you saw the potential, and again, his age, it could be just a number, or you could see a little slowdown here. But he's a winner. Like Boogie said, he is tough. He's a guy that can impact winning without, you know, statistically lighting it up. He's going to have 12, 6, and 4. He's going to do all the little things. He's going to contribute to winning. I'm saying he's going to average more than that.
Our first Chandler line.
There's going to be games like that where he doesn't have to have 30 points because they have other guys to do that, but he impacts the game and he impacts winning, and he fits that culture of toughness and defending and does all the. And he's done his whole career. Yes, he's had some off-the-court issues and some stuff, but he's no doubt about his work ethic and how he plays.
Yeah, I think he could be the second best player on a title contending team. I just don't think this is the group.
Gotcha. I mean, that's why when I asked it, I was like, thinking in my mind, is it this group?
I mean, like we did earlier with the Lakers, look at the West. The West is loaded.
Loaded.
Wait, so then let me ask you this. Do you think he goes to another team at some point, or does he?
I don't think so. I think this is their group moving forward. And like we said, they're buying time. They're gonna play with the team that they have and see what they can get out of it. But I'm just looking around the league. You look at a lot of teams, their second and third options is just different. These guys are averaging 22s and 23s, and especially the West. They got to be able to compete in their backyard before we even start talking about championships and making it all the way there. The West is super stacked. And when you start looking at these teams, they're 1-2 punches. These guys are averaging high 22s and 23s and giving themselves a chance.
So then it's not that he's the issue. It's just
Collectively, I don't.
Collectively, yeah.
Okay, I think.
And when you look at the landscape of the Western Conference, I mean, we're talking about two options. Like
the whole
we were
state of
doubting
Texas.
Jaylen Brown being the best two option, then he literally jumped Tatum in the
talk
one.
about Texas.
Texas alone is
Texas
like, what
by itself.
just happened?
Yeah.
Let's do a little game total, win total, what we have right now for the Warriors. Let's throw it up on that board because I'm not about to read the wrong one. 48.5. There we go. Wow, higher than the Lakers. Who wants to take this one first?
I got another under.
I'll
get out the way.
Okay. I'll get out.
Yeah, I'm going under. It's. I don't think they added enough. I don't think collectively they are a championship caliber team. I think they are talented enough to win a lot of games, but that's a lot of games. And then again, they're playing against the Western Conference, who have about 3 teams that stink and everyone else is good.
And they're one hamstring away from this whole thing being derailed.
I'm taking the under.
I'm gonna take the under as
We got
well.
3 unders.
It's just too loaded in the West.
Right, 4 unders. I'll go ahead and throw mine in there as well. Taking a quick break, more Run It Back on the other side.
Run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up.